Now back to the big story we have been covering. We've been talking about it for the entire week, and it's here, everybody.
Yeah, we're talking about the winter storm, and I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, what does downtown Cleveland look like? Because it's been in the news for the past couple of weeks, Jasmine, just how bad those road conditions were. We've been talking about the plan that they have in place, so you're downtown giving us a look at how they're keeping up with the roads.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job, and I just want to mention exactly what has been happening so far. We started off at 3 a.m. this morning, and the roads were pretty much snow covered. Right here, right in the public square circle, those roadways are running wet for right now, but it's the Superior Avenue and Euclid that are still kind of snow covered. And last night we received that rain turned into ice, and then we topped it off with the snow this morning. So if you're headed out this morning, you definitely want to take it slow. Our problem that we're dealing with is the drifting, the blowing snow. It's all over the place. It's feeling like I'm pretty much in a snow globe right now, so I'm trying to close my eyes as the snow hits me. But Holly, this is something, if you don't have to be outside today, I would definitely stay inside. And then...
Can they hear me? Okay, now you can hear me. I'm so sorry, my computer locked up.
I can hear you now,
Full
Holly.
on transparency, my computer
locked up.
No, it's okay,
it's probably freezing because it's cold.
It is. You know what? Everything's freezing at this point. Thank you, Jasmine. Get in the truck and get warm. My goodness, and what a good illustration of the winds. So we have the alerts running, and we are going to be talking about the wind component today, but we also have the snow ramping up this morning. And for a lot of you, you know, you might have woken up an hour or two ago just kind of doing the look out the window and thought, oh my goodness. And now it's really starting to kick in. And we'll be talking about this second wave throughout the show. Matt's going to have a lot more on that in the rest of today. But even right now, we're seeing some really decent, moderate to heavy snow. On the south side, we are seeing that mix where accumulation amounts will obviously be less impressive. He's going to get to well, why we're expecting the numbers we are, and you might be wondering why at this point as you're waking up to just a few inches of snow. Look at it coming down, though. Good morning to you in Worcester. You're really seeing it. And the same thing over towards Medina and all our good friends in LaGrange and Lorraine seeing snow this morning. We've got snow in Akron and Hudson and Bainbridge, Chagrin Falls. Boy, this is that busy intersection where, you know, we've got 422 and 271 and 480 all coming together. And that's just a snowy mess right now, along with both west and east side. So that being said, the winds, and this will also add to the snow as far as visibility goes and how it feels, because we are in the 20s with wind chills in the teens. This storm is massive, and it's going to continue to snow on us throughout the day, not just this morning. Think about those afternoon commutes. I know a lot of you have to go to work. Coming home from work today, we're still going to be talking about it, and this is why. There is so much more to come, and Matt's going to get into that. But amounts are really impressive, and we are still looking at 7 to 11 inches for the vast majority of you in Northeast Ohio, with even some lake-enhanced higher amounts of potential. So again, if you're sipping on your coffee or hot chocolate or tea right now, wondering how in the heck are we going to get to these numbers, Matt, there's pretty good reason for it.
Well, there is, Holly, and we're going to get there via some heavier snow, and that heavy snow is going to be pretty persistent as we go throughout, not just this morning, but into the afternoon hours. So it's the longevity of this that's really going to help it to pile up. Right now, the snowfall flakes are little tiny pellets right now. It's kind of like raining snow outside. That's going to change. We're going to get a little fluffier in the snow department as temperatures drop. But you look at when we're expecting some of the heavier snow, well, through the midday hours, and that goes all the way through afternoon. I think our snowfall rates will be moderate to occasionally heavy at times. Again, it'll come in waves. It won't be constant, but the snow will be persistent. And the reason why is this snow lines up all the way from here to Texas. What we're focused on is this wave right here that goes back into Missouri. You can see it's filling in pretty good with decent snowfall rates, and you see a little bit of icing down towards the south, but we're eventually going to get into that with some persistent snow, again, going all the way through the midday hours. Can we nerd out for a second? Is that okay, everybody? You can see the heavy snow down in Wayne County, right? Holly showed that. We've got some heavier snowfall rates. That's not snow, all right? We can look at a product which is great for you at 6:19 in the morning called the correlation coefficient. What this shows are all the droplets that are the same. So if it's smooth, all the same color, that's all snow falling off towards the north, right? But down to the south, you see how it gets a little bit more colorful. This is where we've got some sleet and freezing rain mixing in. So some of those higher returns you're seeing on the radar just south of the Worcester area is actually some of that icing going on, and that extends into Canton. And we're expecting that line to hold as we go throughout the daytime. You can see it here on your National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. Here's our line. Models have a really good handle of where that is. So snowfall accumulations south of that are going to be much less because you're dealing with sleet and freezing rain rather than snowflakes. North of that, that's where we're expecting the bulk of the snow today. You can see as we go through time, that snow holds, moderate to heavy at times. The icing should sink south as we go throughout the evening hours. Reason why that cold air is finally being allowed to wrap into this storm system. And speaking of colder air, look at our temps. We're down to the teens by 7. We're going to be cold tonight. We're not going to recover much tomorrow. In terms of snowfall, the bulk of it should be moving out of here by midnight with some lingering little banding taking place tomorrow morning. Eventually that will start to clear out. Our southern counties last. And tomorrow should end up being a pretty quiet but cold day. A good day for cleaning up, though, as we'll have a break from the action. Look how cold we get tomorrow night. Likely single digits and below zero. Everything will be a block of ice if it's not already. Here's the latest model guidance. Again, we have our forecast. It's very similar to this, but look at the sharp cutoff. The reason why I show this is because we're going to go from something to nothing down towards the south. Rest of us, I think, half a foot up to maybe a foot. The snowflakes are small today, though, so it's going to be really tough to get those foot totals out there. Either way, the impacts remain the same. It's going to be messy. The wind continues to blow out of the north, and boy, it's going to be blowing and drifting around as we go throughout the day. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. Cold on Friday, slight recovery on Saturday with some flurries with another system, and then seasonable with some quiet weather. How about that next week? We'll leave you with a look at the Interbelt Bridge right now. Traffic still flowing, but boy, is it getting slower out there as the snow continues to pour in. Again, conditions will continue to go downhill all morning long through that midday hour.